currently experiencing, or whether you're at the wall. Then we guide you along a proven path of following Jesus to grow in emotional and spiritual health. We do this through our unique mapping tool, examples of people on the journey, insights on each stage, and suggested steps to grow within your stage. Growing in the lessons and opportunities of your current stage prepares you for the next stage. It's an adventure of discovery in which you gain language for your struggles, needs, and opportunities. Since a community of believers often has people in each phase of the journey, it's vital to understand these stages of faith to enhance our empathy and acceptance of one another. Best of all, we provide customized recommendations to guide you in each stage with scriptures, soul care practices, and spiritual disciplines. Furthermore, our small group leader guide and free videos help you and your friends apply the book material together. The Christ Stages model is the lighted path of life for following Jesus that you and your friends have always needed. We've been teaching it since 2013 in our Soul Shepherding Institute. All kinds of Christ followers and leaders have found these stages of faith to provide the framework for a powerfully transforming program of emotional and spiritual growth in the image of Christ. Bill, it's pouring rain, and the weather report shows no signs of the storm letting up, Dallas Willard said to me on the phone one January day. Jane is afraid for you to drive on the freeways. I'll be careful, I replied. I'd still like to come talk with you, unless you need to reschedule. I'll be here in my office, and I'd much rather talk with you than keep digging through my stack of papers. After 2 hours of dog paddling on congested freeways, I was running and splashing through puddles on the University of Southern California campus. I had my Psalms prayer book carefully pressed against my chest, underneath my raincoat. In those days, I was carrying it everywhere, in imitation of the anonymous pilgrim of the 19th century who walked barefoot through the Russian countryside, praying the Jesus prayer and blessing everyone he met. I looked up into the rain and smiled at the statue of Dallas's mentor, John Wesley, offering a blessing. Just ahead was the nearly 100-year-old Mud Hall of Philosophy building, modeled after an Italian monastery. It has a tall clock tower that chimes, statues of philosophers, gargoyles, and a cloistered walkway to a courtyard with a fountain. Ducking inside and out of the rain, I felt cozy. The hard tile floors in the hallway echoed with my footsteps, reminding me of the many times I'd waited outside Dallas's office, surrounded by thousands of books, and heard his footsteps approaching and keeping time as he cheerfully hummed a hymn. But on this stormy evening, he was waiting for me, relaxing in his side chair. As I sat down, he noticed my prayer book and asked to look at it. It was worn out from use, marked up on every page, stuffed full of little papers with my meditations and prayers, and held together by binder rings. He held it gently and slowly thumbed through it. I see you've been nourishing yourself. The Psalms are the Bible's soul book. Wherever you turn, the passages leap off the page and get hold of your heart to help you ascend to God. Dallas's spirit seemed to soar with the first verse of Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I have life without lack. Life without lack. You might question that. My life is full of lack. Lack of resources, lack of health, lack of justice, lack of opportunity, lack of harmony in my relationships, lack of peace. Is the psalmist living in the real world? Is this life without lack just a fantasy? Dallas wrote, the psalmist is living in the most real world, a world where Yahweh is present and available and actively involved in the lives of those who know and trust Him. We talked about how the 23rd Psalm is a model for our journey of growing in God's grace. He encouraged me, Psalm 23 covers the whole of the spiritual life in God's kingdom. Best of all, he smiled and said, when you pray Psalm 23, you find that someone is there waiting for you to greet you and guide you. That's why Dallas soaked his soul in this prayer song almost every morning before he arose.